And next, what we can do is we can bring this file into After Effects and start organize it and start animating. So if you have your After Effects open, let's go into Adobe After Effects. We can create a new project. If you have this panel here, just click on New Composition. And then we can rename this composition to main comp. And let's make the width to 1920 by 1080. Frame rate, we can keep it at 25 frames per second. And then the duration, we can just leave it at 15 seconds, which is good. Hit on OK. And now we have this panel here, all these. So if you're not seeing the same as what was on my screen, you can go to, I'm trying to go to the windows on top. Can you guys see the window menu on my screen at the very top?
Yes.
So if you,
there it is.
Yeah, because I also have my zoom controls on top. So
oh yes,
yeah, it's kind of messing up the it's messing up with my clicking. So yeah, so if you go to Windows, and then you can choose Workspace, just set it to standard. So you're gonna see the same layouts in the After Effects as what I have right now. And if you still don't see it, you can reset standard to save layout. It's gonna reset to the default standard layout. And this is what we have when we first open Adobe After Effects. So first we need to bring in the Illustrator file. So we go to the top left panel here, which says Project. And then easy way is just double click on this panel. Any empty space, double click. It's gonna pop out the Finder window, and then let's navigate to our file here. You know what? I forgot one thing. I forgot to save the file. Before you do anything, make sure you save this file. Otherwise, it won't have all the layers separated. Yeah, just make sure you save this so that it has all the layers here. And then let's go back to After Effects, double click on this project panel here. Let's navigate to the Illustrator file that we have. And before you click on anything, make sure you import it as a composition retain layer sizes instead of footage, because if you do it as a footage, it's also going to flatten everything out into one single layer, which you can't animate. So you need to choose this composition retain layer sizes. And then make sure you don't click on these two, because some people, without realizing, they have this Illustrator sequence open. And if you have this checked, you're not going to, it's going to be very hard to fix it later on. So you have to re-import it. This is very important. And then hit on Open. Now in the project panel, we have two extra things here. One is a folder that contains all the layers of our Illustrator file. And the other one is a composition. If I double click on this composition, you can actually see I've got this artwork imported into After Effects. And all these layers are separated. That's very good. So now I'm just showing you how to organize the files before we start animating. First of all, let's create a folder in the project panel. And let's call it Assets. Good. And then we are going to need another folder that's called Pre-Comp. So for those of you who are new to Adobe After Effects, pre-comps are like folders in Adobe After Effects. It can help you organize stuff, and then it can group layers together. So that's what we call a pre-comp in After Effects. Now to make this project panel organized, I can just drop this folder into the assets, and then this is considered a pre-comp because you can see the button here. The icon here, this is a pre-comp icon. We can put it into the pre-comps. And now we have three things. So these are the three things we need. We're gonna have the main comp, which is the working space. This is the only comp that we're gonna be animating in. And we have a folder that has all the assets. And then we have a pre-comp folder we're gonna need later on. So to get started, we can copy all of our Adobe Illustrator layers. Just Command A on the keyboard and Command C, copy, and go back to the main comp, paste it into our main comp. So this is going to be the comp that we're going to be animating in. Now we can close this one. And next, I just want to organize these layers and rename them so that it's easy and clear. Right now, you can see the file name here that says cc.ai, which is not what we want. If I click on this source name here, this little icon or name here, it can switch between source name to layer name. So source name is named after the source file, which is pretty long. That's not what we want. We click on this, it's going to show our layer name, which is layer 3 to 12. That's not very helpful as well. So what we need to do is just kind of see what they are and rename them. This one should be the background. So I'm just trying to figure out which one is which. First of all, I want to get the background layer. So now you can see layer 7, layer 10, and layer 12. If I toggle the eye icon, these three layers are the background. So we need to group this three layers into one pre-comp. The shortcut to that is Command-Shift-C. You can also see it on my screen here. And let's name it background. Click on OK. Now we have a pre-comp that says background, and you can see in the project panel, we have an extra pre-comp. So we need to drop this all the way down into the pre-comp folder to make it organized and clean. So this is a background, and then we're gonna have the two circle here. So that's our circle. Let's pre-comp it again, Command-Shift-C, call it circle. Now we have a circle here. And we can drop this one into the pre-comp. Now we have three pre-comps inside the pre-comp folder. And this one is this building here. And then we have this building, we have this building. So the three layers in the middle are the three background buildings. I want to click on this color icon here in the front and change it to yellow color so that it's easier to recognize. And let's just rename this one to maybe scene 3. Let's call this one scene 1. And the last one, I want it to be the second. So this is going to be the scene 2. 1, 2, 3. 3 scenes. And then the last two is going to be the train we have. And then this one is going to be the bushes. Okay, so that's how we organize the layers and organize the project panel inside Adobe After Effects so that everything is clear and organized before we start animating.